Why are you the way that you are?
Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
Did you hear that at all? Okay. Sorry. Basically, Michael Scott was, if you know Michael Scott and Toby, he was just ripping into him, criticizing him, saying, I basically hate everything about you. Those are some serious verbal bullets. But let me show you this picture. What is that? Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? See, that's a good question. Are you allergic to it? It could be a good thing. It could be a high-protein snack, right? Help you power through the day, keep going. Or, if you're allergic, it could kill you. And so, a peanut is positive, gives you energy, gives you life, or it takes it away. That is what criticism is. Criticism, we're talking about the verbal bullets. Thanks for the bangs, by the way. Awesome. The verbal bullets, criticism can be destructive, right? It can kill us, it can pierce us, it can harm us. But it also can be constructive. Right? Constructive criticism could help us, could build us up. Sometimes they are hard words to hear, but if they're coming from somebody who loves us, then criticism could be positive. So it's not always bad. Here's the big idea for this message. See, criticism, it can be God's whisper. Maybe the person who is criticizing you, and they may intend it as a verbal bullet, but maybe it's God revealing a blind spot in our lives. It's possible. Or maybe it's just Satan's shout. Right? Satan, you're going a direction, you're doing what God wants you to do, and Satan doesn't like it. And so he's having people fire off verbal bullets, criticizing you. And so you kind of have to learn to discern these words that I'm hearing, that I'm feeling. Is this God's whisper? Does he have something that I need to hear? Or is it just Satan getting in my way? Our culture, right, American culture actually promotes criticism. American culture, or I should say, criticism is actually good for the economy, if you think about it. Right? All the gossip magazines, it's all criticism. A lot of Twitter or blogs, it's criticism. But there's ads on each of these blog pages. And so it actually feeds our economy. All right, here's what I want you to do. You're actually going to talk to the person next to you. I want to give you a case study. All right? And I'm going to give you a scenario. I'm going to give you two different ones. And what I would like you to do is to think of 2 or 3 positive responses. Okay? I'm going to give you a scenario. Give me 2 or 3 positive responses. What would you do in these situations? All right? Do you want to hang out there, do it by yourself? You want to come up? You good? All right. I still may call on you, so be ready. All right, here's the first situation. I'm going to tell you about Davy. Anybody know Davy? All right, here's Davy's story. Davy arrives at his family's house for a holiday meal. His family is already huddled around their dinner table in a real serious conversation. They're discussing Davy's brother's work situation. His brother's been out of work and he just can't get a job. You offer a suggestion, a course of action that your brother might take, and Davy's brother just snaps at him, just rips into him. Who asked your opinion? He shouts out. Right? Mom said you might be losing your job anyway, Davy, so what do you know? Okay, so if you're Davy, what's a positive way to respond to a situation like that? I'm going to give you 20 seconds, not much time. Think of 2 or 3 positive ways to respond. All right, time's up. Let me hear what you got. What's a positive way to respond? You're Davey. What would you do? How about over here? What'd you guys come up with? All eyes are on you. Okay, good. So hey, I'm just trying to help, and if you ever need me, if you ever want to talk, I'm here for you. Great, that's a great suggestion. How about over here? What do you guys think? Go ahead. Say it again. Hey, I just care about you. I just want you to know I care about you. Good. So you just stating the facts, affirming. Okay. Let me tell you about Morris. Same thing. You're going to have to brainstorm here. Okay. I'm going to read this like you're Morris. Okay. So, hello, Morris. All right. Your company, remember, you're Morris. Your company decides to make an aggressive business move and appoints you, Morris, as team leader. Congratulations, by the way. This is very cool. Although anxious, all the employees are excited at the incredible upside to this move. All right, there's incredible potential to make a lot of money. You perform well as team lead, and you respond appropriately, positively, strategically to every situation. Yet the company is suffering. All right, this move is not working out. 3 colleagues approach you and say, this is all your fault. Why couldn't we have left things the way they were? Okay, you're Morris. How do you respond? Only got 15 seconds this time. Go. Talk. All right. Let me hear from some different people this time. How about front row? What'd you guys come up with? Yeah. Okay, good. Morris says, hey, we were all in support of this initially. Can't look back now. We got to keep moving forward. Good. All right, how about over here? Anything else? Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is business, right? We're not going to win 100% of the time. We got to roll the dice sometime, take some chances. We did our best, so let's hope for the best. Okay. I just wanted to give some tangible examples here to this whole criticism thing. So let's get into the heart of everything here. Again, criticism, is it God's whisper or Satan's shout? When you are criticized, you need to have a filter. I'm going to share 3 things for you to consider. Here's the first. Consider the source. All right, if you're being criticized, consider the source. Who is this person that's doing the criticism? Is it a friend or is it a foe? Think through that. Look what Psalm 141 says. Let a righteous man strike me. It is a kindness. Let him rebuke me. It is oil of oil, which in Hebrew culture was a symbol of healing. It's like oil on my head. It brings hope. It brings healing. It doesn't mean it's fun, but if it's coming from a righteous man, a friend, it could be exactly what I need. As a pastor at my church, I'm one of several pastors. You've met my friend Ben before, Ben Ward. We're good friends. We work together. Every Monday, tomorrow we won't because we have the holiday, but every Monday there's 6 or 7 of us that get together to essentially talk about the previous day's service and then look ahead to the next week's service and then, down the road, what's coming up. Every week we take time and we review. Okay, how'd the worship go? How was the message? Was it clear? We're real critical, but in a positive way. It's constructive criticism. And in essence, as a communicator, I'm kind of telling people, hey, don't tell me what I want to hear, because what I want to hear is, oh, it was amazing. Angels were singing. They were just flying out of your mouth. It was just, oh, amazing. But don't tell me just what I want to hear, but tell me what I need to hear. Right? How can I improve? How can I be a better communicator? We're talking about God's Word, and so we want to do all we can to be clear. And that's a safe place for that to take place, because we are a team, and we're looking out for each other. So consider the source, friend or foe. Here's from the friend aspect. Well, look what Proverbs 12 says. The way of a fool seems right to him, but a wise man listens to advice. Now, think about it. A lot of times the criticism that you may be hearing from someone is just coming from someone who has a real critical spirit. Often it's their cry for significance. Like they see you doing what they wish they could be doing. And so they want to be in your shoes, and instead of saying, wow, that was awesome. Thank you for leading us in worship. I mean, it's just easier to say, you know what, I could have done better, or I've heard better. I mean, whatever the issue is. And often it's just a cry for significance. They want to feel better about themselves. So the way of a fool seems right to him. Now, remember our friend Davy meeting with his family? That's actually from 1 Samuel 17. It's the story of David and Goliath, or at least a portion of it. All right, let me read the text to you. I'm just going to read some excerpts from verses 20 to 28. If you remember, I talked about Davy coming, the family's gathered, they're talking about a situation. So here's verse 20 in 1 Samuel 17. Early in the morning, David left the flock with a shepherd, loaded up and set out, as Jesse, his father, had directed. He reached the camp as the army was going out to its battle positions, shouting the war cry. Verse 21, Israel and the Philistines were drawing up their lines facing each other. David left his things with the keeper of supplies, ran to the battle line, and greeted his brothers. As he was talking with them, Goliath, the Philistine champion from Gath, stepped out from his lines and shouted his usual defiance. And David heard it. When the Israelites saw the man, they all ran from him in great fear. So David asked the men standing near him, "Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?" When Eliab, David's oldest brother, heard him speaking with the men, he burned with anger at him. "Why have you come down here? And with whom did you leave those few sheep in the desert?" Which is totally just a jab, like, you're nothing. You're a shepherd. You just got a few sheep. I know how conceited you are and how wicked your heart is. Ouch! Here's David going. His father said, hey, go out to your brothers, see what's going on, bring them some supplies. And he does that and just says, hey, who is this guy that's making the entire Israel army cower in fear? And Eliab just shoots these verbal bullets at him. Who are you? I know how conceited you are, how wicked your heart is. But what's the real issue? The real issue is Eliab is afraid. And David called him on it. Now, Eliab could have and really should have said, you know what, David? I'm afraid. That guy is huge. Have you seen him? I need you to pray for me because I know God is bigger. God can give me the strength, but right now I don't have it. I'm afraid. That would have been the honest thing to do. It's also the hard thing to do. David's brother slandered his character, judged his motives to be wrong, but David did not allow this to distract him from his God-given mission. You know the rest of the story. If you don't, keep reading. It's awesome. So that's David. Consider the source. Right, friend or foe. So criticism is